The fat donkey, okay.
You not remember, I'm so disappointed.
I'm gonna highlight that.
Let's go into sPVP. It's the finals of today's Go4. We're gonna have 55 HP monks against oRNG Logo. Let's have a look at the splits.
They're going to go for this split again we saw before of, we're actually going to see only 2 members going, oh no, only 1 member now going over towards the mine. We're going to see Trebek's coming back in from behind those. They want to try and think about taking out the engineer quite early. Henge has been actually completely ignored because I think oRNG Logo are thinking about just evening up the numbers elsewhere. So they want to put players in on the map over on mid in kind of not a fair engagement, obviously. Well, they're actually going to outnumber them. Because they were outnumbered on mine, let's outnumber them on mid, so take that advantage, hopefully. So they're focusing more on the team fights and the kills, which is what we actually see from them coming out in WTS.
And that's going to be the double out of... No. Oh, Zan actually went down. Rainbow Bruce not coming through, getting the res on him, just barely making it in time for the portal to not run out. We see one cap coming out and the second one over on the mine point. Jigglypuff trying to contest that, but not quite fast enough. Tage also coming in. So this, I have to say, I was really completely enthralled by Misha not dying in the first couple of seconds with the fiery greatsword. Just... I don't know how lucky you can be, or if it was just instinct, but he really escaped in the exact correct moment with that fiery greatsword.
And dropped the portal as well for the escape for Zan and whatnot. So yeah, that's great play. Trebek actually couldn't get involved in trying to get the res up on Carsave. They actually chose to escape, but did port back using that shadow step as well, of course. We're going to see 55 HP monks now advancing towards, or probably actually regressing towards mid, because they've lost over on the mine in the end. But oRNG Logo didn't actually look after that point. They are actually going to think about going ahead and forward towards the henge, but the respawn came out from 55 HP monks. They can back up that point if they so need, and Rom is actually going to go for the 1v1 over it is Rom versus Zan now. I thought it was engineer then. I don't know why I looked at that engineer mark.
This is going to be really tricky for 55. We see Misha going down behind the keep. We already have Trabax down. He just bled out, tried to kill himself by attacking Swanee, but wasn't quite in range. Therefore, down 2 players at the moment. Misha now bleeding out on the side, and they are trying to keep the double cap. 1v1, okay, but Carside and Rainbow Bruce are going to have loads of trouble there. Carside already going down. They played it brilliantly by just picking up on the points that basically oRNG, with their full commitment for winning the team fights, left open. But afterwards, I mean, at what cost? Now oRNG might just run completely over the map and dominate on all 3 points.
Yeah, should be able to get the henge now in their control, and also Denshini going up 1v1 versus the Thief is always going to be a tough one for him to try and do, unless Travis can get in with some nice burst while his cooldowns are down, but they're coming back up now. And oRNG Logo probably going to free cap. Yep, I agree. Free cap coming out. That's an early free cap as well. 55 can hold on to it.
We still have 2 people down. Zan down on one side, and then we have Rainbow Bruce still not respawned, only now coming back. And they need to be very careful to not lose an additional player before they are ready for the next engage. This is going to be spawn camping. Frolina and Tage just right up in there, trying to take out Misha, going for the next kill. They want to keep them 1 player down. They want to negate the attempt of a next engage immediately. But that might just be a bit aggressive. Losing Frolina, Denshini going for the res, maybe Tage with a couple of it. There we go. Rom in for the Battle Center, bringing him back up. And oRNG Logo actually with this aggression making it out without losing any players.
Yeah, just about. I mean, at least they pinned them into this corner of the map here. So if we go back into the map view, we can see this is where they pinned 55 HP monks. They're starting to move out. A weird random line. As they're going to need to go to mid, and they also need to think about going towards the mine. But they need to first of all survive this fight over here on the henge. Rom is very low. If they can take him out, he's used his banner, so at least that's still on cooldown anyway. So he's not going to be left without, their team isn't going to be left out of that anyway. But look at, he's doing a good job over here on the side, line of sighting and just parkouring a bit, and then he's going to be completely fine. We're going to still see Tage has gone down over towards on the bridge towards the beach on the roads now, down by the keep, the south side. A lot of cleave comes out from Trebek, and also, oh nice, Carseb as well, taking out that combination of Denshini and also Tage. That's a lot of damage coming out. So now we're going to see a decap from Trebek over on the keep point, and we've also seen over on the henge, Misha has been taken into the down state there, but Jigglypuff is dead. He should... Oh no, he didn't get a hit onto Misha there. Maybe they can get Jiggly. No, he's not going to be able to get taken down. That would have been really good for those guys. And we are going to see also Rom coming into this point as well. So, again, 55 HP Monks now picking up the 2 cap. oRNG Logo couldn't keep that 3 cap for very long, but I did put them in the lead by about 100 points.
Yeah. And 100 points is good. We saw a bit of miscommunication between Karsab and Trebax concerning who's actually going to get the cap on the midpoint. Therefore, they pretty much only are getting the cap on mine now because because Tage chose to go across to the henge and try and wipe them on that. So oRNG really just trying to basically zerk this. They are going for the big team fights and they're going for the big wipes to gain the big benefits off. And now with 2 down, they might be in a good position to pull it off again. Misha just barely escaping into the Shadow Refuge provided by Trebax. Fredina looking for the kill, not really finding it. And now they're both in stealth. Misha needs to be careful not to stay in his range as soon as he goes out of stealth. Midpoint is open, nobody there to defend. Where is 55 at the moment? Well, that for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, this out of anyone in this game who's good at regrouping and respawning and keeping the composure, it's going to be 55 HP Monks, one of the best teams at doing it for sure, as well as also oRNG Logo, to be honest. Trebax in a little bit of he's a little bit out of position there and gets picked off by Tage and Freylina. Good job. Rainbow Ruse can use that banner to raise him up. Not enough. He should be able to get the res here. Interrupted and feared. And a big cooldown is being used there. If they don't get him up, Trebax knocked back by Tage. If you can't CC the guy, knock the guy away who's down, he can't block it much anyway unless he's using seed. This is his control effects and he's going to be taken out. So big cooldown used unfortunately there by Issei from 55 HP Monks.
55 can't let themselves get pigeonholed into the fight over on Hedge. This is not working out for them. The big team fights are going over to oRNG and that is basically what has gained them this map control that they always get if they get the first kill and then afterwards a second. Just with a 3 cap almost again. Got the D cap on the mine as well. We had Karsab fending them off for quite a while, not really managing to do that with the assistance there of Freylina coming in. Now the 2 cap is back again. They gain control of Henge, but again, at what cost? How are they going to be able to come back with Karsab down? The next engage is going to be waiting quite a while, or they actually don't want to wait. They're engaging in a 2v2, which has now developed into a 3v2, just because they're missing a player.
Yeah, exactly. This lead is really pumping ahead now. D-Cap's coming up from all over the shop though. Zan was able to get D-Cap over on the mid. This is a commanding performance from oRNG Logo. Not the same team we saw last Sunday, and literally. And also, we are going to see them potentially pick up the mid cap as well, going into the second free cap of the game. 55 HP Monks kind of being dominated around the map at the moment in different occasions. Team fighting wise, you know, like you said, I think oRNG Logo are just doing better at focusing their targets generally, and not saying that 55 HP Monks are doing bad at that, but they've been caught in various situations where they've had to regroup 2 or 3 times now in this map, and no matter how good you are at regrouping, if you're constantly getting defeated with 4 members on the map, your life is going to be made extremely difficult, and that is what is happening at the moment. They might be able to get this kill on Jigglypuff, but they've had to take quite a few players, 2 members to do that. Tage is going to come in from behind, and if they're not careful, he could come in and burst down Misha, so needs to be careful here. Nice, able to get that kill there as comes in straight away, and he's right on Misha, and he's going to keep the point contested for a little bit of time here.
Yeah, that's just, you can't give oRNG that much of a lead. We find 55 in a situation now where they need to play a game they don't want to play in order to stay in it. They don't really have a chance anymore unless they completely split up and try and overcommit to certain fights. This is basically a win for oRNG already, but they're trying. Midpoint is a bit open at the moment. Denchnia half down. We do see Trebax with a D-cap over on mine, so that is going to give them some breathing room. But in the 1v1 against Jigglypuff, that's basically a toss-up.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Denshi over on the mid as well. 55 needs to start pushing there to get a D-cap to think about coming back into this game. If they don't, that's going to be definitely 100% the game lost. It's very difficult to come back, especially if you hit 475. They can just go for the boss, and they will win the game. They can just do that on both sides of the map as well. Even if they lost the kills, they'd still probably have map control. So Trebek's at the moment still trying to keep this point contested. We are going to see Rainbow Ruse coming in for that extra support. Trebek's going to get knocked back and actually using that signet to get back out there, so a good use of that, and he's going to be okay. Great survivability coming out from Trebek's, having a good day, but not having a good time at the moment versus oRNG.
Misha is currently the only one that can keep them in the game still if he somehow manages to get the decap. Potentially with the mower, he has it still in his disposal. Half HP, this would be the time in theory, but he might just be waiting for the dodges to come out. The engineer trying to hide. He needs to get the decap now, otherwise this is over. You can't play defensively at the moment. This needs to happen now, right now, or this game is done.
I think maybe they're just having a duel.
Yeah, maybe.
no elite allowed.
Oh, he's
just
actually
gonna win,
but too late.
Nice duel there between those two guys. But like you said, if that's what they were going for,
I mean, it was highly unlikely in general, but still, for the chance to be there, he would have had to commit to the point a little bit earlier.
He's probably feeling quite happy about that. But they've got that win in the back of their heads. They've gone 1 up against 55 HP Monks in this Go4GW2 Cup, number 23 final. They're close to getting that €400 or €80 per player. 55 HP Monks won't go away empty-handed, picking themselves up a bit of cash, you know, a bit of cash, €20 each, and some gems. So that's about €30 each.
Yeah. And I mean, with the second place, you're pretty sure to get into the monthly final still.
Exactly, which is going to be
and that's a bit more cash.
Yeah, a bit more cash indeed. So we are going to come back. Hopefully, we're going to come back quite soon to the game, and the guys are going to ready up for us. I got the winner right, but not the point score. I was expecting a bit different there, so I'm going to give that up to you, and that's going to be your point of.
Okay.
Oh, points of interest. Oh, there you go. It's all about points of interest, Nick.
Is it?
I don't know.
Is it really?
Anyway, I'm going back to Cams. And so, thank you everyone for joining us as well. We have almost got 900 viewers. Let's push it up to 1K, please, by the end of today. That would be awesome. We are in the finals. Potentially going for the last game here on the Fofire. We have seen another Kylo map play today, which 55 HP Monks won and came through from the semis against Sizzling Hot Pressure. It's a little bit of history from today. And I wonder who's going to come third, actually. Maybe we can get a result on that game as that comes through. Should be being played, actually, at the moment. Also, do not forget that we have other stuff going on this week. We have the 2v2s back. They're being streamed as well, so you can find the information on the ESL site for that. You can also find out about, we have the, God, we've got a big week of sPVP again. Tuesdays is the 2v2. Wednesday is the ESL Go4 monthly with the big cash prizes we said. Thursday is then the weekly. And then Sunday is also going to be the Go4 Weekly Cup as well. So, tons of money up for grabs this week. Quite a few K worth of euros. So it's going to be good to see who comes out on top and grabs all that cash money.
Like cash money?
Cash money. It's old school, Nick. Don't expect you to understand.
I'm rather laughing about the fact that he's a money.
Cash money. Cash money.
Okay, so let's see if we can get the ready up a bit sooner. Okay, so the first game was a bit more one-sided than we would have imagined, but yeah, to be honest, oRNG Logo was in a position where they started corpse camping, spawn camping.
Corpse camping.
Corpse, yeah. Spawn camping, and that's.
I mean, they should bring that in.
That's a bit much. That's really something that first has to happen, and they went for the aggression. Actually, didn't. They didn't succeed, but they didn't lose it either. So oRNG really up until a certain I don't know, like 5 minutes in, it seemed pretty equal for both teams. But then oRNG Logo, once they gained it, once they just ran away with it, and 55 had to regroup again and again and again. And with a regroup, you always sacrifice a couple of points, giving the enemy team a lead, and you just can't sustain that. Can't sustain it for that long.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it doesn't matter how successful you are at regrouping if that happens consistently. You know, you can't get onto the map to get the points, so you keep losing more, and that's just down the way it kind of went. And they were constantly losing those fights, and oRNG Logo not really towards probably like mid to end game cared more about the caps. Just when they started to realise, you know, we actually got the free cap here and we lost it quite quickly. Maybe we need to just keep an eye on the nodes a little, which is exactly what they did. What happened?
What?
Oh, it's water. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Oh, could you hear it? Yeah. Hydrate, people.
Hydrate. It's important.
Yeah. So, I wanted to say something important right there, but I forgot about it due to the water incident. What did I? Oh yeah, 55 needs to stop being sucked into these big team fights on one point. We had it a bit too often, well twice, but for a pretty long time, that they were just maybe a bit too insistent on winning that big team fight on Henge. Rather than splitting up, we saw one person splitting up, but basically found himself in a 2v1 afterwards, once the Henge fight was cleared up, so then you're down a player again. If you lose a side fight as well as just sticking with the Henge fight afterwards. But we also have the Lord, and the Lord always gives us a bit of breathing room for the ability for teams to win.
Wow, okay. Sorry about the massive
as well as dogs.
Animal noises coming out at the back of my house. Just as big. They're excited for the game as well, Nick. They just want to get involved. They're like, yes!
I want to. So, potentially the last game for today if oRNG Logo pull off a win here. It's 55 HP Monks on the blue side versus oRNG Logo on the red. Let's have a look at the split.
Indeed, so we're going to go into our map, we're going to have a look what's going on, and Jigglypuff's going to go for the 1v1 over here on the waterfall. Unfortunately for him, he may not be aware of the current burst which is coming in, but potentially is, because he's line of sighted himself quite well, so he's going to actually use that great sword potentially to just get the hell out of there, which is what exactly is going to happen, because Rainbow Roots is actually coming back from the other direction, because he's had the same situation over on the mid, and he's quite low himself. He's going to be okay here, though, as he uses that shot to get rid of his conditions as he walks away from the midpoint. And actually, we're going to see Freylina drop here as he pursued Ruse there. I think he actually got himself into a bit of trouble. I'm not sure that banner's going to...
That was out of range. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that banner misplay there. That is very unfortunate. That could have turned it again with Freylina being up and basically being able to take out these squishies on the other side. Trevor's in a bit of trouble. He's trying to get out now, still with the conditions as Shadow's Embrace, but the burning. We see Jigglypuff with the chase, but he gets out of it alive. Withdraw back up and ready. And he's just running now. Running away. And he has to. He has to.
He's running. He's running away. Over on the waterfall.
That inside there.
It was great.
Coming to you from ChroNick. So, now they're actually with the aggression. The paint train moving over to the quarry point. From there, getting the decap, that is worth a lot. And Denshi only now making his way over there. He should... I don't think they really want to go into this 2v2. That is unwise.
I'm pretty sure you're correct about that. I mean, here we go. Over on the quarry at the moment, which is where the camera is. Trebex is just... Oh, he's going to be okay, though. He's actually going to get out. And they're going to withdraw from that. That's a good idea. And then we're going to have a look over on mid. Rainbow Ruse versus Jigglypuff. It's not really going to end anytime soon. So really, it's all about the side caps at the moment in the action, which is coming from quarry over towards the mid.
Nice one. Okay, Jebro tells me he's muted, so I'm gonna keep going. Dan Chenier picking up the cap again after the decap. Good idea from Misha to pull out of the fight at first, but going down on the stairs over at between Waterfall and the midpoint, getting back up. That was a surprising rest that came through. Using the portal, nicely positioned there for an immediate engage on the quarry. We see Dan Chenier coming back currently. Expecting to only go up against Trevex. The decap comes through and only 50 to 40 points at the moment. That was there's not much been going on in terms of points up until now. Denchenia doing a good job with line of sighting. Now he's trying to get away, and that could potentially be a well be the end of him, to be honest, because if you run, you're basically a pretty good target. Rainbow Ruse, however, going down on the mid cap, and the mid cap going over to oRNG Logo, and that's going to put some points on the board.
Yep, Zan's also going to go down, probably over towards Waterfall. He's in a bad situation. Vampirism can help so much. I mean, oh, he dodge rolls into the tree root there and actually falls on oRNG Logo members, so he was able to get back out. He really should have just gone back into the respawn. He's so close to his base that it would have just been easier to go back into there. And the quick pickup of the quarry, unfortunately, isn't going to stick because the 55 HP members have actually gone off node because they had to. Because there's more sustain coming out from oRNG Logo.
This is going to be another 3 cap.
Yeah, an early 3 cap. First 5 minutes of the game again coming out from oRNG Logo. Solid. We are going to see the regroup, a mini regroup between Misha there and also Rainbow Ruse just as they pass each other, thinking about going for that waterfall engagement as Trebax is over there as well. We are going to see him coming in from one of the other roads as Rom is trying to position himself in a potential place to defend this. We're going to see Freylina coming in. Hopefully he's going to be used as a main target. If they start to focus Rom, they need to be careful here because every single time that happens and teams seem to focus on Rom, the DPS comes in from behind and you can see Freylina here is just sneaking at the back. Look, this is a clear, obvious tactic. They're going for Rom. Freylina will start to move in soon. He's moving in now. It might be a bit too late because he's trying to regroup with Tage and they weren't able to take advantage of that. And unfortunately, they were thinking about it, but Rom went down so quick. So nice coordination from 55. If you're going to go for the battle standard warrior, you need to try and take him out fast, and that's what they did.
Oh, what are Tage and Freylina doing? They're actually trying to go for the quick kill on Misha, engaging afterwards in basically what would have been a 4v2, but the disengage from 55 already happening. They're not giving up the cap, but this basically gives 55 the opportunity to follow this up with another kill and maybe gain the advantage across the map, but they're getting out of it. We see the safe refuge and now 4 people. Rom is back and they want to re-engage. That is the aggression that we're seeing at the moment. The waterfall is picked up, but still a double point cap and such a huge lead from for oRNG Logo for this 3 cap they had for so long.
And what did you say earlier about 55? They need to not get pigeonholed into 1 point. What's happening at the moment?
Well, we have Zan, but this is the exact situation we had.
They can't do anything about him.
We have a big team fight on the 1 point they've got, and Zan is going for the 1v1. If Zan loses the 1v1, then 55 is at such a big disadvantage.
Yeah, no, but he's managed to get the decap at least, so that's one thing. Yeah. There's still a big point margin behind now. I mean, that's the 150 points right there from the Lord, which would bring them back. And to be honest, it's not paid out for them over on the waterfall. We've seen the down coming out of Trebax in the down state. Rainbow Ruse is down and gone, waiting for respawn as well currently. And the team of 55 HP monks are falling by the wayside over on this map. With the kills coming out from oRNG Logo, they cannot back up on the map that quick. Zan's on the other side of the map. They need to respawn, get all the way over there, and Zan is just immobilized and knocked down off. No, that combination from Jiggly was great timing, and he managed to get the cap, but Zan can also get the decap as well almost immediately. A good job from him, and we're going to have to wait for the cooldowns from Jiggly. We're going to see Freylina going into the Shadow Refuge here. He's actually going to abandon Jigglypuff, and maybe he's going to think about trying to just get out of here himself as Freylina goes into the mid, picking up Trebax as he tries to go on the initial engage for Rom there, and potentially seeing the SI dropped right in that action to take the focus away from Trebax.
A bit of a reset here. Now both teams picking up 1 cap, but still the giant lead for oRNG is still there, and there's nothing much you can do against it. As you said, the Lord points gone already. Those still can't bring them into the lead at the moment, and it's still on the plate for oRNG as well if they choose to go for it. And they're going to be in range very soon if nobody does anything against that waterfall, and that's going to be additional pressure on 55 to somehow make it back into this game. But with Trebax falling, we saw before the engage on mid even happened, there was also the down of Carsype over on waterfall, so they're always 1 player down. This is the game that oRNG likes to play, and they're doing brilliantly at it at the moment.
they've got complete control of this situation. Unfortunately, Freylandina did go down there just on the south side of the midpoint, and Jebro is trying to cleave, but we're going to see a successful banner this time coming out from Rom. They're going to be able to raise him back up. Freylandina dropping that Shadow Refuge just on the north side there of where he went down to give himself a bit of a break as well. They're going to lose the cap here over on the mid as well, and Quarry is going to be maintained over here by Zenestial. I think Jigglypuffs, they've got a little bit of a matchup going between those two at the moment over on that node. Engineer means he can push towards the Quarry now and put on some extra, the midpoint, and put some extra pressure down around Tage's corpse as Tage get cleaves out. Nice focusing up from, I think it was Trebex there actually.
Have we seen a mower this far? I think not.
Don't think so. Haven't seen Moa being used much today by Misha, to be fair.
Oh, well, we're talking about Misha. He's going for the decap on the waterfall, and that might actually give them some breathing room, but they still can't continue to lose players in these team fights. The midpoint neutral, that's of course something you really, really want to keep, and you see teams just sticking with that. But the double output cap, if you can actually achieve that, but the decap over on the Quarry as soon as there's a light at the horizon, 455. There comes Frelina with the decap shutting the blinds.
And they got the waterfall though, so at least they switched it up across the map, as many more animals apparently are loose across the map in Fire. Probably coming from the Quarry area over on towards this fight that we have from versus Zenestial at the moment.
Okay, first down for Frelina again. Thief, of course, always a good target to bring down. We've seen Trebex in the downstate for quite some time in these two games. He's always a prime target on the other side. Rom currently in a 1v1 with Zenestial. All points neutral again. This is still playing in the favor of oRNG. If everything's neutral, then we still have the giant lead. And just to get the potential to end this with a Lord Rush, 55 needs to pick up some points and at least needs to make up for the lead in terms of 150 points.
Yes, indeed. Apologies for that. We were static on the Quarry. There was a massive dogfight going on in my house, which I had to break up.
That's illegal.
I'm not in favour of that kind of thing. So anyway, over here on the Quarry, Rom against Zenestial. Zenestial's doing a great job. At the moment, he is a little bit... Oh, wow, that blast really does so much damage to Zenestial there. Needs to be careful. Did have his heal available, and he needs some support because he will... Oh, no, he's doing a great job versus Rom at the moment. He might win this fight, actually, as it comes. Oh, look at the support coming in. Denshinier brings it up, and he's going to be okay for now. And now Zan needs to think about potentially going away, but he's going to bring out that Vampirism rune there, so that's really good for him and where that came out. No, it's not back from Denshinier. He's going to put him really pinned down, but with the warrior support there, he's going to bring out the banner, and everything is going to be A-okay.
Currently, we saw also over on the waterfall a 2-0, and they actually picked up the cap now. Trebex and Misha against Tage and Frelina. That was not a good matchup for them. Trebex choosing after Misha went down for the reset to be able to contest this afterwards, but the point is already in the hands of oRNG, and that's going to make it difficult. They're almost at 400 points now, and even the decap on the Quarry coming out. So now with one down and now waiting still for the respawn of the Zenestial, oRNG has the reins of this match in their hands again. They're just in control and all over the map.
Rainbow Ruse is trying to just run and round the point, just line the sighting where he can to try and keep this in contention. And actually, Rom's going to leave confidently and will go towards mid. He knows that he's going to be okay in that situation. There's so much damage coming out onto him. At the very least, he will actually just keep it contested for a bit. But we are going to see over on the mid now, they want to get this point as soon as possible. Jigglypuff doing a good job actually tanking down on that note. Tage as well coming in over on the waterfall. He's going to be 1v2 now and needs to watch, 1v1, but he will be 1v2, which is what I meant, as Zenestial comes in. They did get that kill on Frelina, but he's been left to bleed, but no one's actually thinking about picking, actually making sure he's going to be down, because he did get free res there from Jigglypuff, who's moved over to waterfall as well.
Yeah, they basically just need to keep this this waterfall cap at the moment. And 55 again in position where the lead is so big that they need to play very, very strangely in order to still have a shot.
And if they even get to 350, how are you going to watch the rest of the map like for that amount of time?
There's no room for Lord Rush already.
No room. They need to map dominate and not lose any kills. Although Tage is going to go down here over towards the waterfall. Maybe they can pull something back from this. He's going to use his second ability, which is going to knock back Celestial here. He's going to knock back Jigglypuff so he can't get the res. The amount of knockbacks. Then the pull comes out from the toolkit. We've got Misha down as well. This is an interesting kind of 2v2 going on with the people in the down state.
Rezzing and damaging.
They're picking
and now
down.
both have committed to the res.
Oh!
Still has the poison on there.
Nice.
That Misha is up first. And the
Oh,
damage
no way.
is gonna interact.
Oh,
It's going down
Jiggly
first.
down.
We have the double down. That's gonna be the decap. Only 17 points away from the win here. Jigglypuff almost
kills is
back
good.
up already.
No!
But he's gonna be stomped. That is it.
It's
with
decap
the
on the
quarry
quarry.
cap.
After
Badly.
all of that, he could have. He could have stayed there for a bit longer, but that's definitely gonna be the nail in the coffin now for 55
Yeah.
HP monks. The last hope to come back for those guys with the 17 points left, which isn't much hope really, is probably
Trebax,
lost.
do
Unless
it.
Trebax can
Do it.
kill him in free.
Somehow one hit him.
Go on, just go for it. Go for it, Trebax. No!
One hit of disrespect there.
You won,
So,
money.
with that,
I don't like you.
Orange Logo picking up the second win, so we have a 2-0 victory for them. GG's coming out. For
Good
me
job.
as well.
Good job indeed. Okay. Congratulations to Orange Logo and 55 HP Monks to get to the final. Of course, we thank them for participating as well as the other teams. If you didn't notice, we had 6 teams entering today. It is the Easter holidays, so the run-up and lead after is normally a little bit quieter. But don't forget, you can have a chance of getting into this cup yourself.